Hi everyone, Joshua Hanlon here. Today I'm with Candace at the Corpus Christi Bricks and Minifigs store, and we're going to be checking out the awesome store that they've assembled here with tons of amazing Lego products. We're going to start with this display actually right next to me. One of my favorite sets in recent years is the Eiffel Tower here, and I love just how massive this is right when you walk in the door that you've got this on display.
Yeah, that's actually out of my personal collection.
Okay.
I'm actually working right now to try to assemble it and put the light kit on, the Light My Bricks light kit, which is a painful but satisfying task. So
I have owned a lighting kit for this for a while, and I've been too afraid to tackle it, so it's just sitting there right now.
Yeah.
At some point I'm going to try to do it, but it definitely sometimes the lighting kits can take quite a while.
It does, but it'll look so good once it's fully lit up. That's what I keep telling myself. So a little bit at a time is the way to do it. But yeah, welcome to my store. Welcome to Corpus Christi. I'm so happy to have you here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us in. I know one of the things that you really feature a lot of in the store is over here. This is our first wall of retired sets, and we'll see a lot more later on. And to me, that's one of the amazing things of a store like Bricks and Minifigs is always what are the unique things that are retired and that kind of thing you can't just go into a Walmart or something and pick up today. So take us through like a few of the highlights here. What are some of your favorites that you've got on this section right now?
And I think that's what sets us apart at Bricks and Minifigs, like you said, from your traditional Lego store, is that we're able to carry retired sets and used sets. And I think I pride myself on having one of the largest retired set collections at Bricks and Minifigs stores. So yeah, this is just a very small sample. I have a lot of really old retired Star Wars sets that are really cool.
Yeah, some hidden side in there, some of the more unique things and things too. Even Duplo.
The hidden side, I love the Lord of the Rings sets.
Yeah, the old
too.
Lord of the Rings I know is massively into me.
I love the hidden side sets, so we definitely have some of those. I try to carry those, get them as quickly as I can when I see them. But yeah, I have a lot of really unique stuff on here. Get
some of the Wonder Woman here. Very cool. And I know your assistant manager, Thomas, he is kind of your Star Wars. He has the special knowledge. So later on, we're going to dive into more of the Star Wars stuff with him in the store
Thomas
too.
Is going to give you a full Star Wars tour. We got lots of really cool stuff to show you.
Yes, because you do have a massive Star Wars wall over here. You can see him already suited up and ready to go. So I know sometimes you do themed months and things like that. How does that work in the store?
Yeah, so we've only been open since March, but one of the things that I really pride myself in the store is having fun. So I have a great team of employees. I try to have so much fun in the store. I think we all have a really good time. So for the month of May, the entire month of May, my entire staff, including myself, were fully dressed in Star Wars garb. And so we all picked our favorite characters, and we got to dress up for the whole month. It was super fun. The community loved it. And so we try to do stuff like that. For the month of July, we all had really cool, funky 4th of July shirts that we wear, and I think the customers like it. They like to come in and have a good time with us. And
yeah, especially people who come in on kind of a regular basis. It's just something different.
Yeah, it's always different. The story is always different. Something fun is always going on.
As we make our way this direction then, so you can see the Star Wars wall we mentioned, but you've got your ball figs and your Build-A-Minifig. How do you kind of like to organize this?
Yeah, so the ball figs, kids, adults, everybody loves the ball figs. Of course, everybody loves to come and build their minifigs. I really do pride myself in having a lot of really good selection of accessories, and it's always really cool to see what people build. I mean, they get so creative. I also have a really cool claw machine.
I noticed that. That's very unique. So is that, what do you stock in there?
We stock ball figs in here. And so it's free to play, and kids, adults just like coming and fishing out the ball figs. And if they don't like the one they get, they can switch them out or throw them back in the pile. But it just gives something else to do in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a good time to mention up here, I think more retired sets, especially some of the larger kind of UCS type sets that you've got up here.
Yeah, I have a really great selection of UCS stuff, big, old, nice collector's items. I love our collection of retired sets. Like the police station modular is always really popular. The Simpsons house got really popular too now that the Quickie Mart
They're bringing the Simpsons stuff
or
back.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And then this is something I've been seeing more recent with some stores, which I think is super fun. So explain how your kind of flower wall works over here.
Yeah, so we have this area of the store that we call our flower shop. And so, the botanicals have become really popular, and people like just coming and picking out their own unique flowers, making their own little bouquets. This has been really, really popular for us. People love coming and doing this. And giving them away as gifts or building their own creations. We do have a lot of mock builders that build their own botanical creations, and so they come in and get to pick what they like.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Moving our attention towards the desk, of course, you've got tons of amazing minifigs in here. So what do you keep in kind of these couple of sections right here as we dive into this?
Yeah, so right now, right here is kind of more of our Marvel DC area. And so this is where I kind of keep my hodgepodge of really cool Marvel DC minifigs.
What's in demand right now in some of those themes? Does it kind of go in waves?
Deadpool. Everybody likes
Always
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I can't keep him in stock. Spider-Man is huge. All the DC Marvel characters are really popular in Corpus Christi. People love their DC Marvel stuff.
And what are these kind of specialty cases? I saw that they're kind of sticking up there. So is that kind of the higher end minifigs?
Yeah. We try to keep our higher end minifigs showcased and clean and protected.
Yeah.
And so I showcase them in some of these plastic diamond display cases so that they can stay nice and clean and kind of be highlighted amongst the rest, because we do have a lot, as you can see. And then this kind of goes into like our CMF series, some animals, and so I try to keep well-stocked CMF series, but they go fast, so.
I've heard different views on the Mario type stuff. How does that sell for you? Is that popular with people?
I just brought these in the store, and they sell really good.
Nice, yeah, kind of the smaller.
People like them. People really like the Super Mario minifigs.
Very nice. And a really impressive lineup here of the new Lord of the Rings sets. So it's amazing to see this theme make a comeback, and just at these incredible kind of epic scales with the size of these sets. So when you have large scale sets like this, it's sometimes difficult to find the space where to put this in the store and kind of decide on how you're going to display it.
Yeah. Well, I love displaying stuff, you know, so if it's cool and it's built, it's out here to be seen, and people come and buy it right off the counter.
Absolutely.
You know? I just think that that's an awesome part of what we offer at Bricks and Minifigs, is that we do sell and showcase the used built sets. Because a lot of these things you see online or you see them in a box, but you never actually see them built, you know, and they're just so impressive when they're built. So, yeah, I really do pride myself to try to keep really cool display pieces for people to enjoy.
And I see all these cases of minifigs in the back. So are those unique, or how do those work?
These are all the CMF series.
Okay.
1 through 25. I haven't gotten 26 and 27 yet in there, but this is my personal collection.
Oh, nice.
And
wow.
so I just have it displayed so that people kind of see how awesome all the CMF series are displayed as one. And, you know, sometimes they look at one and they're like, oh, I really want that. And then I get to show them, oh, it's right here in the display case. You can take it home with you.
Yeah, I mean, especially those earlier series of the CMF figs and things you don't see very often. A lot of them are pretty rare, so it's cool that you've been able to collect all those.
Yeah,
and have
and people
them up
can
here.
be inspired, you know, to get their own display case and start collecting. You know, so it's pretty cool.
And tons more built sets up here, so a huge variety of themes. I saw Harry Potter and kind of Disney down there. As we move down here, you've got a lot of space stuff, the bigger Technic size builds, even some of the older castle sets here, which are super impressive.
Yeah, we're really lucky that we get some of these really cool builds that come into the store. So yeah, it's hard to describe what's on this wall because it changes constantly, you know, so stuff will come in and come out the same day. And so it's always changing. That's why it's always cool to come and check us out, because we always have really cool stuff coming in. But if you don't see it, you miss it, because it might not be here the next day.
And down here are some of my favorite minifig plates whenever I'm in a Bricks and Minifigs store. This is some of the older retired, this Western adventure stuff is what I grew up playing with. Still love those today, so I love to see that represented and kind of available for new generations of builders.
Yeah, this is probably, you know, part of my favorite part of the store, because this is kind of my hodgepodge of really cool minifigs that doesn't really fit into a specific category, and so we kind of put them all here and display some really cool stuff.
And what's the story behind the tiles here?
Oh, I get these from a third-party vendor, and people love these, you know, because the minifigs can hold them. You know, you can put them in their hand, and so they can hold little accessories.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, the kids come up, and I'm telling them, hey, your minifigs get hungry too. You know, you need to get them a little Mountain Dew or a little. But you see, they're sour bricks. You know.
Oh yes, okay. You gotta avoid those IPs.
Yeah. These are M&Ms.
No, that's super fun.
Brick filet sauce. So it's always really cool, you know. People get their minifigs and then they come and get their minifigs a little accessory.
Just things that add a little like realism to a Lego City display, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned the botanicals earlier, and I love that you've got this kind of custom flower design here.
So it was my birthday a couple days ago, and
Happy birthday.
my employee Jared right here Wave. He built this for me. And
Oh, nice.
These are CMF stands.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of those.
We have a lot of them. And so he added some really cool botanicals and some real flowers, and so I'm real proud of that. It was an awesome birthday gift.
And is that some 3D printed stuff in the background there?
Actually, you'll meet Gregory later, but he's one of our founding members. He's also a mechanical engineer, and so he comes into the store and hangs out with us often, and he brings me really cool 3D printed gifts. And so every month, he makes a different accessory for our Skelly over there. And so
Perfect.
this is for Independence Day, July, you know?
You gotta theme it. I like it.
Yeah.
And then we gotta give a shout out to this guy here. So what is this?
Yeah. Emilio back here, wave. He built this for us for Comic-Con this weekend. We're having Corpus Christi Comic-Con. This is our first Comic-Con, but yeah, this is gonna be our dude that we're gonna be wearing at Comic-Con.
Perfect.
So come by and see us.
Yeah.
Look for the minifig guy.
And then just some kind of accessories and wearables. Back here in this section.
People love the backpacks. People love the Lego accessories, and so this just kind of showcases a little bit of that. And then we always have our little board here too, you know, where we have upcoming events. If you would please follow our YouTube channel, we're trying to get that launched. We always have really cool stuff going on.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, please. We have really cool videos that we post. Like I said, we always have a ton of fun in the store.
Perfect.
So definitely follow us.
We will start making our way towards the back of the store now. While we do that, you can point out these really nice balloon installations as well. So kind of more of that theming that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely love Star Wars around here, you know. So a little bit of Star Wars everywhere is not a bad thing.
So once we get into this section here, what is this whole wall kind of on the left side?
This is all my new in-box set. So this stuff is still available on Lego. And so we kind of try to keep that separated over here. We try to keep a good selection of that. So people really like the new in-box stuff. They're always looking forward to the new stuff that's coming out.
What percentage of people do you find kind of come in looking for something like retired versus kind of currently available? Is it a mixture?
I think that in Corpus Christi, we're still trying to get the word out there for what we do. So I think people come in expecting new in-box sets. So we try to have that to meet their expectations. But then when they come in and they see all the other stuff that we have, they end up gravitating towards more of the retired stuff or the third-party stuff.
Maybe something they had as a kid or something that they're that's really cool. Because, you're really the first store of your kind here in Corpus Christi.
That's right.
So
that's right.
It's a very unique market and just kind of introducing people to the whole world of Lego and especially retired sets and things like that. That's really cool.
Exactly. So I think they come in with the expectation of it being just new in box, and then they quickly love all the other cool stuff that we have.
So we've got some of the smaller builds here in these glass cases. How do these work here?
Yeah, this is kind of what we call our allowance shelf. We have some really cool smaller stuff that just kind of gets swallowed up in all the other stuff. So we separate it here so people can come and find something they like that they can that meets their price point. You know, we try to cater to all different price points, make sure that everybody leaves with something that they like.
And I see this set that's wrapped here. So for people who haven't been in a Bricks Minifigs store before, how do those types of sets work?
Yeah, that's right. These are what we call certified sets. And so we take the time to make sure that every single piece is in here. And then everyone is signed and dated by one of my employees who certified it. And so this is a great way for people to buy a really nice set at a much smaller price point. And they get away with a really cool set. You know, I have got like the DeLorean over there. Got some really cool stuff that people can get. The certified sets, I think, to me, is the way to go.
Yeah. Like you said, it's just a good way to save money and stuff like that. We'll keep making our way back here, and you've got some of the, I know there are various third-party items you guys sell in the store, so B3 is one of them here. I love these products. They do such a good job. Just kind of smaller accessory-type stuff.
Yeah, people love these to incorporate into their mock builds. You know, we've got some really great mock builders in the community, and they just love these little accessories. They do such a great job with their detailing, and they're really unique, and so people really enjoy those. And if you can see up on top too, when we go back, I have a lot more retired stuff up on top.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it's kind of just out of reach up there as you admire some of those.
Yeah, I'm like the Ecto 1 over there, the Harley Davidson. I love the Monkey Kid sets. So we keep them up there just to display, and we're happy to bring them down if anybody wants them. We love them.
Do you find a theme like Ninjago, the older stuff, still does well, even though it's a newer theme in general?
Ninjago, Everybody loves Ninjago.
Okay.
And people come in here asking for specific older sets, and I
Really?
try my hardest to get them. Yeah.
Very
yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of Ninjago collectors out there. I was really surprised by that when I opened the store. But yeah, there's a lot of old Ninjago collectors that grew up on it, and they want those older sets now.
And then speaking of retired sets, you've got two more big sections back here, which again, I think is just amazing. So things like Dreams, some Harry Potter, Disney Creator, and then of course, lots more Star Wars.
Lots more Star Wars. I have more back here.
Okay.
This is more retired stuff as well.
I love this little, we mentioned the Eiffel Tower at the beginning. The gift with purchase here I thought was so much fun with his apartment there. That's a great little set.
Yeah, absolutely. When I bought the Eiffel Tower, I quickly scrambled to get one of those to go with it. But yeah, we have some really cool retired stuff. And like I said, this is changing all the time. So it's always cool to see what cool retired sets come in.
And then this Block Jets, I think, is a really unique company, so it's cool that you feature these. So in Corpus Christi is the USS Lexington aircraft carrier. They have one of the Blue Angels that you can see there in person. So if you're coming down here to visit the store, that's a great thing to add on to your trip, too.
Yeah, absolutely. we get a lot of people coming touring the Lexington. We also have a Naval Air Station here, and so people love the Block Jets.
Yeah, that's really fun, kind of extra custom kits. Then some more smaller retired sets, some of these holiday ones that are really fun like this, the Winter Market stall, the massive Lamborghini there, so
yeah,
great selection in here.
we have some really cool stuff.
And I know you have kind of a cool back room too, so we'll go ahead and check that out if you want to take us back there. It's always interesting to see behind the scenes because I think with any store like this, you can never fit everything you want kind of out on the main floor, so there's always stuff behind the scenes.
Well, people don't realize how much work goes in behind the scenes to process all the Lego that comes in, the trades that come in, getting everything ready to put out into the store, having a storage area and a place to work.
Yeah, most people are not bringing in a pristine, like ready to throw it on the shelf display.
Exactly. We do have an ultrasonic cleaner, and so I do pride myself on cleaning all of the used sets that come in. All of the bulk that comes in gets cleaned, processed, and cleaned through the ultrasonic cleaner. So there's a big process that's involved, and so that's what I'll show you guys in the back.
Perfect.
So if you make your way back here to our back office, it is a little small for the amount of work that we do back here, but we do our best.
Very well organized for a back room, though. This is very impressive.
It's the only way. You know, we are so busy during the day. We have so much stuff coming in and out that if you don't get organized, it gets overwhelming very, very quickly.
I can imagine.
So I really pride myself on instilling in my employees to keep a very organized back room and stick to the process stuff quickly, efficiently, and that's how I think that we do very well. So yeah, we have our little bulk table that we do work, cleaning on, processing on. We separate, these are all of our used sets that are already cleaned, priced, ready to go out onto the floor. So as soon as something sells, we have something immediately to replace it with.
Keep the shelves full, that kind of thing.
Keep the shelves full. That's my philosophy.
Great.
I like a full store. I want people to have a great experience when they come here with lots to see and lots to do. Mm-hmm. So that's a big priority of mine. And then more storage area. This is, we really have to keep everything separated. So this is all of my retired sets that I have in back stock. So again, as stuff sells, we can quickly replace it. More just storage stuff. We have a lot of minifig parts and stuff like that we use to make ball figs, etc. Party supplies for our party room, overflow stock, back stock, and then this is all of our extra new in box section and minifigs for our CMFs, and so we can quickly come in here and find what we need to replace stuff.
Yeah, if someone's looking for maybe a particular accessory or minifigure, whatever it might be, and maybe they don't see it out there in the store, if they talk to one of the employees, can you come back here and look for them? And there's probably a good chance you might have it somewhere.
We try our best, and that's where the organization comes. You know, I really try to meet customer needs. That's something that I've taken a lot of pride in from when we first opened. And so I really listen to my customers, and I want to know what they're doing, what they're building, what they're looking for, and I try my best to supply it, you know, so that helps with keeping organized. You know, some people are looking for very specific parts or plates or pieces or accessories or hair pieces. And so we try to provide that as best we can. And with that, organized store.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks fantastic. We'll make our way back out because I want to make sure we show the party room too, which I know is a great feature that you guys do. But while we're heading out there, are there any upcoming kind of like themed months or events or anything in the store that you try to kind of let people know about, anything like that you have planned for the future?
Yeah, well, we have a very robust Founders Club. I was very blessed to have a lot of people support our store, and so in the month of August or September, I am going to have a big Founders Club party. It's something that I try to do often for my Founders Clubs. We do it after hours. We use the party room. We set it all up. I provide food, catering, a great experience, unique discounts and deals for that night, and so we always have something fun going on. We do have Comic-Con coming this weekend, like I said, so it's a busy weekend for us. And I try to, again, we've only been open for 4 months, and so every month that comes by, I try to pick something out of the month to showcase the theme of, and then we just have a fun time.
Absolutely. You see these overflowing bulk tables here, looking fantastic, full of parts.
Yeah, this is, I take a lot of pride in the bulk tables. Like I said, I always try to provide super clean bulk, a good bulk digging experience. We have a lot of customers that just come in and will spend hours digging through the bulk. And so this is our party room, but during the week, or if we're not having parties, I keep my bulk tables in here to provide people a calmer, quieter, funner, bulk digging experience.
Space is always at a premium, so you've got to put things where you can make it work.
And people like it, and that way people can be out shopping around the store, and then you can have kind of your own space to dig through bulk. And but having the bulk tables full and constantly circulating new bulk is really important to me too. So luckily we go through it pretty quickly, and so I can be refilling it often, but if not, we'll pull it all out and put fresh bulk in every week just to give people a new experience when they come dig through the bulk.
Perfect. If people are interested in holding a party, new event in here, what's the best place to kind of get a hold of you guys so you can set that up?
So you can go to our website or you can go to our Facebook page at Bricks and Minifigs Corpus Christi. We have a Calendly account set up there. It's very easy to book. You can just look on Calendly, check on the slot that you like, and book your party. And so when the parties occur here, we do take the bulk tables out, and we set it up really cool with tables and chairs. Mm-hmm. We try to meet your theme, and so we'll provide balloons and party supplies, tablecloths to meet your theme. So for instance, we recently had a Minecraft theme party, so the whole room was decked out in
I imagine Minecraft is a very popular
Yeah, but it was really cool. It was really cool. The room looked super cool, and then you do get 2 of my employees in the party with you to help facilitate the party. And then every kid gets to build their own soapbox derby car out of bulk and race it on the racetrack. Each kid gets to build their own minifig that they collect, or that they get to keep, and that minifig kind of goes with them throughout the party, and so they like to race it on their soapbox derby car. And so the parties are a lot of fun. It's catching on really quick and getting really popular here.
Yeah. Well, that's super cool. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the throne. People love the throne. People love coming and just hanging out and taking pictures on the throne.
It's got to have the fun photo ops.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got an amazing selection of sets here. Now I want to dive in with Thomas, and we'll take a closer look at the Star Wars products in the store.
I can't wait to show you guys.
So we've made our way to the Star Wars wall now. I'm with Thomas, and they've got an incredible selection of both minifigures and sets. Let's start with these minifigures right in front of us, because this, minifigs on a base plate, as I like to call this design, is pretty insane.
I don't think you can really have a Star Wars display without having a little army to go with it, especially if you have the clones to do it. Like, you have to have some kind of army display going on. And so I made it my mission when I got the job with Candace in the store to have some kind of army that was on display. I think that back to like all of the times when I was a kid watching videos from like Solid Brick Studios and like pizza productions of like having the armies on display, and that really got me into Lego Star Wars to begin with. And so I wanted to kind of inspire the next generation by having our own like army to display. And so we've got all the shinies up top, of course. It's the one that we have the most of. We have little like scenes going on within the different shinies on top. We have the Coruscant Guard on the far right over here. They're my personal favorites, and so I try to make sure they look really good. And as you just kind of descend through the rest of the case, you've got the different legions and battalions. And then also we have the Empire right next to us alongside of them, because naturally, it kind of does evolve into that stage of an army.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's just super impressive looking. So we move over to the next case. These are going to be more of the rare kind of one-off figures here. So what are some of your favorites and some of the things you have in stock here?
Yeah. We put all of our like named figures in this case just because they don't really army build really well. But then again, this was more of our like aim was to have like a Star Wars case alongside of the army case. And so for one, I try to make sure all of the base plates that are under the figures had some kind of thought behind it as to why they were a specific color, whether it was just to like kind of discern it from other colors or to give it actual meaning. Like for instance, the episode 2 plate at the top left, it's a yellow plate because the movie's called Attack of the Clones and all of our clones are on yellow plates. And so there's kind of a bit of detail with those base plates as well.
There's like a whole lore behind that.
100%. And then naturally you've got like the orangish red like for lava from Mustafar episode 3. You've got the blue on episode 1 for like the Naboo swamps. You've got all the good guys from episode 4, 5, and 6 on the blue and green plates, and then the Empire is naturally on red. You have the Tatooine kind of like side characters and different aliens and species from the first original trilogy movies on that clear plate, just to kind of show that it's more of a melting pot. There's no one defined color or character for how diverse the universe of Star Wars is. And then you've got like the first order on the black plate because, you know, they're very dark and grueling, just recolor of the Empire. And so I thought it suited them pretty well. We have a whole bunch of really interesting minifigures in here. One that is my personal favorite, which I think gets looked over a whole bunch, because like everybody comes in here and they say like, where's Luke, where's Han, where's Vader? The Captain Antilles from the 2007 Tantive 4 has the little like squiggle face when it's frowning as he's being choked by Vader, and I love that face so much. It's just so goofy and out of the ordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see unique things and then just the large armies that you can build here too. So I think you've done an amazing job kind of setting all this up. That takes us into our sets back here. Before we do that, I just noticed that you've also got some of the kind of rare, more expensive minifigs in the back there.
Yes, those are our diamond figures.
Okay.
We just wanted to give them an extra level of display so we can signify them for the customers. Because one thing that I've learned from working here is that a lot of the customers that show up are very casual. They don't really understand like that some of these things garner a lot of value and they go up in value as time goes on. Like we have parents of kids who come in and those kids very much enjoy what it is as a toy, but the parents are like, why is it so expensive? And I'm like, you know, as times go on, it's kind of an exclusivity thing. And so having these things like on their own and separate helps us have that education moment with families. But some of these figures we have, my personal favorite, we have the Commander Fox, of course. When we first opened the store, we were just beginning to plate all the figures down, and Candace had asked me to come check out the episode 1 figures, and at the time that happened, the Qui-Gon Jinn variant story had just released, and it was widespread, like, who's got it? It was kind of a witch hunt. So the first thing I did, I was just kind of like, words are going in one ear, out the other one, and I was just like scrambling to look at all of our Qui-Gons, and we ended up having a reddish-brown beard Qui-Gon Jinn variant. So that was right there in the diamond. Really happy about that one. We have the Darth Malgus on the far left as well that came from the Fury-class Interceptor. We have the Cloud City, Betrayal of Cloud City, Leia. We have the P2 Captain Rex from the 2014 sets. And then it's kind of weird, but I love it. It's one of my favorite things in the store. In the far right diamond, we have a little white can. If you can see that.
Yeah.
That's our oldest piece we have. I found it in the bulk. It's from 1955. It's worth like 60 cents, but I think it's just so funny to have in the diamond.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of, again, this from the educational point of view of just like preserving some of those more historical pieces or unique minifigs and just kind of helping people understand some of what the Lego market looks like.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Moving up to the sets now, a big variety here. Some of these I see have the boxes. A lot of them are obviously built and on display. So what are some of your favorites you have right now? And I know these are kind of always rotating in and out, so it changes a lot.
Yeah. I think my favorite ones are just like, for one, the ones that are like super powerful in the history of Lego Star Wars, and also some of the more obscure ones. So for instance, obviously 7662 MTT from 2007. That set is just arguably the best Lego Star Wars set of all time. It's got the amazing deploy troop feature, especially with the new one coming out, and how this one is just like a shining beacon of what like it should be. And so like I'm really happy to have that here in store. We have the 2012 Turbo Tank as well. Not to keep marking on the new sets coming out, but like that set is just like, it's so well done. It's so big. It has the minifigure scale ATRT. It has CAD band, like a beautiful lineup of figures. But personally, I'm a sucker for the old stuff. Like 2005 clones are like my absolute favorite. So the older we get in sets, the more I like it. So for instance, the Battle of Endor set, the bunker right there, that was one of my first sets as a kid. And like, I think it's one of the best sets of all time because of how much comes with it. And also, a little bit of a hot take, I think that ATSD is the best ATSD Lego's ever done. I think it looks the best, it's best in minifigure scale, it just represents it the best. I think the Home One Mon Calamari spaceship, like A-Wing repair station is a really unique idea of what to do for a set, because they do spaceships and like cruisers all the time, but to have like an internal bay where you can like repair the ships, it's really interesting and fun to have.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, this is just a super impressive lineup, and I love to see the variety that you've got here. I also wanted to point out there's a few more cool minifigs back here, and then also some really unique sets over here. So what do you have in this corner?
So on the minifigures on top of the box right there, we just kind of get polybags in from either like trades or from just when we buy inventory. And one of the ones we have there is our Chrome Stormtrooper. I love that so much. This is the first time I've seen it in person, and to get it here in the bag was really just baffling to me. And I think it was funny that whoever had it built it with inside the bag as well. But it just kind of goes along with our more of like exclusive items in the bag. Some of these things are just like the European polybags, but some other ones are like, for instance, the Shore Trooper from the Rogue One line and has its backing inside the bag as well. Over here on the far right, we have probably our most rare and exclusive items in the store. For one, we have, I think, my second favorite set of all time, the Death Star down there, but we also have two of our Comic-Con sets. The one right here is the Jek 14's Micro Stealth Starfighter. Only 1,000 were made. It was a Comic-Con 2013 exclusive. And when people come in and they're like, what's the biggest, rarest, most expensive set you have? They're expecting something like the AT-AT or the Millennium Falcon.
Something
and I'm like,
huge, yeah.
You wouldn't believe that this tiny thing. And we like keep it in the case and like, what is this? Like, why is it still in the case? I'm like, it's so rare and exclusive, we don't let people touch it just because like that's how amazing it is. And like if you look at the back of it, it has like a little like text scroll from the beginning of the movies where it's like you hold in your hands the power of this set. And it's insane. It's a really cool thing to have in the store. And then we also have the Nebulon B frigate, the medical frigate. This is a 2020 Comic-Con exclusive. We love it equally just because it is a Comic-Con exclusive, and those sets alone just have that kind of rarity and fun with them.
I think this was the last year that they did the exclusives for Comic-Con.
Yeah,
I believe.
they do. It wasn't Comic-Con. I know they did a Star Wars celebration in Japan, and they had like exclusive tiles. But in regards to like exclusive Star Wars stuff that conventions do now, they don't do sets anymore.
Yeah.
So that was like that's kind of the last time of like that's the ending of a good age.
So we've seen some incredible minifigs and sets, but there's a really amazing custom display that we want to show off. So we're going to head back towards the back of the store now, and you've got this very, very impressive icon of the Star Wars universe. So as we make our way back, you can start to see it's actually kind of lowered down right now. So one of the unique things about this display is that it moves up and down for people, right?
Yeah. So this is the ISD from the Rogue One movie. It was designed by an individual named Charles Anderson. You can find the instructions on Rebreakable. I don't know the piece count like specifically off the top of my head, but I know it's somewhere around 19,500. So we just tell people it's like even 20K pieces. We've learned recently that the measurements on the website are a little undersized. The website says it's 5 feet long, 2 feet tall. It's a little longer and taller than that. And it also says that it's 50 pounds. It's a bit more than 50 pounds. So it's a lot of fun to have it here in the store. But the story of how it got here was a pretty fun, not so much tumultuous one, but definitely there were some difficulties with it. When I met Candace, when I first got the job, funny enough, I was on my way with my roommate Jones. We were gonna do armored MMA practicing, and I saw a banner for the store, and I was like, I gotta get a job there. And so I met with Candace, and then she was like, cool, I'm really happy that you're into Star Wars. We need a Star Wars guy. I've got this big Star Destroyer that I want built for the store. Would you mind building it? And I'm like, oh, the UCS Star Destroyer, I built that, I got that. She's like, no, it's a bigger one. And I was like, the older UCS Star Destroyer? Like, what's going on here? And then she gave me this like 70-gallon tote of just bags of parts that all came from Bricklink, individually wrapped. And I was like, oh, this is much bigger than a UCS Star Destroyer. And so for the first like month and a half, it was just organizing parts and figuring out like which tiles I had, which plates that I had, which bricks that I have. And after that was finished, it just started to slowly come together. The frame was built. It's like a giant Dorito, the frame is. It's really cool because you get this big triangle and there's little like spiderweb struts that come out from the center into the sides. And then after that, the panels and the siding were built. Myself and one of our associates, Hannah, we both built it together. And oh my gosh, the panels were like kind of a nightmare because when you build like Lego sets, one of like the rules they don't really break is they don't have floating pieces. Most of these panels is like lay out the like most of the panel just on its own and then tile it to put it together. And so I had pieces just like sliding off as I'm moving the panel around, and just like for days upon days, it was just building panels while she did all this internal siding work. And then we finally got it together, and we had it built for I think a week and a half before we got it here in the store. But getting it here in the store was just its own journey. I think we put it in the back of Greg's pickup truck. I laid in the flatbed with it to make sure it didn't break on the way here. We put all of the panels and all the topping on in Jones's car. He drove that here. We got it here. I spent about 3 hours assembling it, getting all the panels, because all these top panels just like they just lay on there. They're not attached by any means. So we just put them all on there. So we have Gregory Hartsfield here. He's our resident mechanical engineer. He designed this shelf himself. He's one of our founding members. He's been a really fun customer to have here. And he put a lot of work into how we are gonna actually get this hanging from the roof. The original plan when we were talking to other people on how to install the shelf was just to like kind of mount a shelf with brackets. And then we had this idea, we conceptualized this idea of actually hanging it so we could lower it and raise it in case we need to dust it or something fell off. And none of us even began to fathom the idea of not having a shelf. Like everybody was sold on the idea it's gonna be a shelf. We're gonna need some kind of clear shelf going up there so everybody can see under it. And he came in with this idea of like, let's just put brackets up there, have it stand on those brackets, and then it'll be good to go. And so he designed an ingenious system that's going to work really well with this. He's got wire going up into the roof. He's got this huge brace in the roof to support all of it with its own winch and eight pulleys, 4 vertical and 4 horizontal. And just to kind of like give himself a bit of credit, he put a little Mars mission slug up there because he loves Mars mission to death. And it goes well with it. I love it.
That shelf definitely moved much faster than I anticipated.
Oh yeah,
I was like, wow, that's really going.
It was a little scary when we first got it up there. It kind of bounced a little bit, but now that we've done it a couple times. But I understand, like it's safe, it's good. He did a really good job on it.
Yeah, I mean it's such an epic display piece here, so I love seeing that. It's just something like when you walk in, you know, it draws your attention all the way to the back of the store, and it just really makes you want to come and explore the entirety of the store.
Yeah.
So that's very, very cool. So do you think this is pretty much permanent at this point? Will this ever switch out this display, or do you think this is pretty much?
We actually just made a joke yesterday. We're like, in the years to come, when we have to get enough more space and expand into a bigger building, one of the selling points of this building for the next owner is like, it comes with a Star Destroyer. You can just have it. We'll just get another one. It's okay.
No, that's very, very impressive. So thank you for taking us through a lot of the Star Wars products there. I know that's always one of, if not the most popular themes that people are looking for when they come into a store like this. So for people who want to see more about the store online, where are you guys on social media? Where can they check that out?
We are on most social medias. We have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, and most of those are linked together. So if you follow one, it'll take you to the other one, so you can link there as well. If you follow us on there, we have tons of things we're putting out in regards to how to, or we're promoting our stores. We have like our Star Wars nights that happens actually tonight. It's the second Tuesday of every month. We have a little hour-long club meeting here in the bulk room where we have building challenges. We have exclusive discounts for those that want to come in. We were trying to get a summer camp, like D&D campaign set up for anybody who wants to learn how to play. We'll be teaching them. A lot of things like that. Also, anytime we have promotions in the store, like our half-off bulk promotion right now, we put those all on our social media. So if you want to go there and find them, that's the best place.
Perfect. We'll make sure to link to the website and all the social media in the description of this video. So for everyone watching, you can click that and find them online. But definitely make sure you come in. If you're in Corpus Christi, traveling through for vacation, whatever it might be, check out the store. They've got an incredible selection in here. You won't be disappointed. So you can say hello to some of the awesome employees like Thomas, mention you saw him on Beyond the Brink, and just check out all of the incredible stuff they have in the store here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.